In the year 2001, Microsoft released their first gaming console, the original Xbox, and with it, one of the best games ever made, Halo Combat Evolved. This game is fantastic, and like many others, this game was what made us love this franchise and the first person shooters in general. And also, it made us also love the Xbox. For me, this was one of the games that I can say made me into the gamer I am today, along with Ocarina of Time. This game is just so perfect. So I decided let's go ahead and talk about Halo Combat Evolved and talk about, in my opinion, the game that started Xbox's greatest franchise, but also the game that allowed Xbox to blow up into what it is today. So like always, I want to start with the visuals and graphics, which just it looks so good. I am playing the Master Chief Collection and using the anniversary graphics, but this game still looks beautiful. Whether it be Chief's armor or how the Covenant looks, or just Halo itself, everything about this game is just downright gorgeous. Whether it be the inside of a spaceship or while you're fighting outside, the locations on Halo are so great. And like I said earlier, I am using the anniversary graphics that came from the Halo Combat Evolved anniversary that 343 made in 2011. And while the original graphics look good for Halo, the anniversary graphics they just look so much better. Now I want to talk about the gameplay, which revolutionized first-person shooters and did huge for gaming in general. I feel like if you played a first-person shooter before the original Modern Warfare came out, then you would clearly see the influence that this game had. So I want to go ahead and talk about the gameplay of this game. And first off, you cannot sprint in this game because this was before Halo realized that being able to sprint is actually a good thing. Yes, I said it. Being able to sprint in Halo is a great thing. There are also many guns you can use, whether it be the assault rifle, which is the gun you come across the most, and it's very useful, for suppression and just filling the Covenant with bullets. You will also have the Magnum, a sniper rifle, a rocket launcher, and a shotgun for the human weapons that are really fun to use. But you can also use weapons that the Covenant used, guns like the plasma rifle, plasma pistol, and the needlers, which the plasma weapons can take down the shield very easily, and plasma is also very useful against the sentinels you will fight later on. Meanwhile, the needler, it would like you can shoot a whole bunch of them and they would like stick to your target and they would blow up after a few seconds. You also have frag and plasma grenades and also turrets you can use. You also have many vehicles you can drive like the Warthog, the Ghost, the Scorpion, and the Banshee, and they are all fun to use. You can use both analog sticks to steer the vehicles. However, vehicles like the Warthog are very easy to flip over because of this. Now for your health, you actually have two health bars, kinda. You have like an energy shield that would take damage until it's empty, and then your actual health will actually start going down if it gets empty, then you will die. But you can use a health kit to heal yourself and also hide behind cover while you wait for your energy shield to recharge. Something Halo Combat Evolved has with each level is that they feel pretty big. Many levels in this game have big open spaces like when you first land on Halo or when you're on your way to the control room. However, in places like the Pillar of Autumn or True Reconciliation, it is not as open, but it still feels big. Like, it feels like a big ship and it's not claustrophobic. Also, like the different designs and feeling each level has. Pillar of Autumn has this very military feeling since it's a ship of the UNSC, and the Maw, while still has that feeling, is more of a feeling that the military is destroyed and can no longer fight, while and which fits since tomorrow you're really the only human left in the area, and maybe even on Halo. Meanwhile, Truth and Reconciliation, it has a very Covenant feeling, and when you return to it in the mission keys, it has the same feeling of the Covenant being destroyed and damaged and defeated, while other missions show the beauty of Halo. Now, I want to talk about some of the characters that are in this game. So, you of course have Master Chief, which is honestly one of the coolest and most iconic video game characters ever made. You also have the AI Cortana, who is amazing, and the fact that Master Chief doesn't talk that much, it really helps with having a character to communicate with other characters and really just have someone to say something throughout the game. But she also has her own personality, which she can be pretty sarcastic at times, which is really nice. You also have Captain Keyes, who isn't in the game that much, to be honest, but he's still a great character. There's also Echo 419, who we never really see what she looks like, but she's the pilot for the Pelican that takes us to mission. And of course, the last important character we have in this game is Sergeant Johnson himself, who is still as funny as always.
Man, here's where we show those split-chin, squid-head sons of bitches that they could not have picked a worse enemy than the human race. We are going to blow the hell out of those dumb bugs until we don't have anything left to shoot them with. And then we are going to strangle them with their own living guts. Am I right, Marines?
Sir, yes, sir!
Damn right I am. Now move it out. Double time.
So I think it's about time I talk about the story of this game.
I forgot to mention that the music in this game is really good. Like the soundtrack in Halo Combat Evolved is just so fantastic. And I'm also just going to play some clips of, just gameplay clips of, the music playing in the background. It's just so amazing, right? I love the soundtrack. It's not my favorite in the entire franchise, but I do really love the soundtrack in this game.
Roger that. Make it quick.
So I think it's about time I talk about the story of this game, which is pretty great and I love it. So the game starts with a Pillar of Autumn flying through space and Captain Keyes asking Cortana
I need to know is, did we lose them?
I think we both know the answer to that.
if they have lost someone or something, which we find out very quickly they mean a Covenant. So the ship goes to high alert, Master Chief is awakened from cryo sleep, and you have to run to the bridge and meet Keyes.
Captain Keyes.
Good to see you, Master Chief. Things aren't going well. Cortana did her best, but we never really had a chance.
A dozen Covenant superior battleships against a single Halcyon-class cruiser. With those odds, I'm content with 3, make that 4 kills. Sleep well?
No thanks to your driving, yes.
So you did miss me.
Report!
It must have been one of their boarding parties. I'd guess an antimatter charge.
Ma'am, fire control for the main cannon is offline.
Captain, the cannon was my last offensive option.
All right, then. I'm initiating Cold Protocol Article 2. We're abandoning the Autumn. That means you too, Cortana.
While you do what? Go down with the ship?
In a manner of speaking. The object we found, I'm gonna try and land the Autumn on it.
With all due respect, sir, this war has enough dead heroes.
I appreciate your concern, Cortana, but it's not up to me. The protocol is clear. Destruction or capture of a shipboard AI is absolutely unacceptable, and that means you're leaving ship. Lock in a selection of emergency landing zones, upload them to my neural lace, and then sort yourself for a hot transfer.
Aye, aye, sir.
Which is where you come in, Chief. Get Cortana off this ship. Keep her safe from the enemy. If they capture her, they'll learn everything. force deployment, weapons research. Earth.
I understand.
The Autumn will continue evasive maneuvers until you initiate a landing sequence. Not that you'll listen, but I'd suggest letting my subroutines handle the final approach.
Excellent work, Cortana. Thank you. Are you ready?
Yank me.
Good luck, Master Chief.
Your architecture isn't much different from the Autumn's.
Don't get any funny ideas.
So now you basically have to fight your way off the Pillar of Autumn, killing all the Covenant you come across. So after you crash land onto Halo, you make your way out and see Halo for the first time, which is very breathtaking, even to this day. And it's even better with the anniversary graphics. So throughout this mission, you have to find other crash landing pods and save the Marines, but if they die, it's okay, you won't fail. And then at the end, Cortana finds the location of Keyes, and he is on a Covenant cruiser called the Truth and Reconciliation.
The enemy has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard one of their cruisers, the Truth and Reconciliation. The ship is currently holding position approximately 300 meters above the other end of this plateau.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The Corps issued me a rifle, not wings.
There's a gravity lift that ferries troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship, I should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Keyes' neural implants.
Hit 'em, Marines! Go, go, go! The Corps ain't paying us by the hour!
So we have to fight our way into the Truth and Reconciliation, and we get introduced to a new enemy, the Hunters, which I just realized that I never talked about the Covenant. So the Covenant are the main villains of this game, and there are a few different species in the Covenant. You have the Elites, who are pretty tough and can do a lot of damage, and they're basically like the leaders of each Covenant group you come across. And when you kill them, normally the others will get scared and start running away, but it doesn't always happen. So next we have the Jackals, who have shields that they can block bullets, and they can be a little annoying because of those shields, and those shields especially block a lot of the bullets that you shoot at them. Then you have the Grunts, who are like the weakest of the Covenant, and they are also most likely to get scared and run away from you. And if you have the Grunt birthday party score on and get a headshot, confetti comes out and you will hear some cheering, which is always fun. So last there are Hunters, which they take a lot of damage and also can take you out in one hit very easily. And the only way to hurt them is by shooting them in the back, and they can be pretty hard. So be careful.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks. Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move.
Yes, sir.
While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet. According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. If I'm analyzing this correctly, they believe that Halo is some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
That's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Now I see. I have intercepted a number of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control room.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you. We need to beat the Covenant to Halo's control room. Marines, let's move!
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Chief, you have the point.
You save Captain Keyes and then leave, and then the best mission in Halo Combat Evolved starts.
The Covenant believe that what they call the Silent Cartographer is somewhere under this island. The Cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple structures and installations. One of them contains the map room.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to cut out quick. Touchdown! Hit it, Marines!
I seriously don't know if anyone actually hates this level because it's just perfect. The entire mission is basically a loop where you go and unlock the door to the control room, then make your way to the Silent Cartographer, which, by the way, remember when I said the hunters took a lot of damage and could be hard to fight? Yeah, the Magnum in this game is broken when it comes to them, and I've always loved this. I've always loved this about Halo Combat Evolved. The Magnum itself is just really great already and can easily take out like any Covenant very easily. But especially against the Hunters, this weapon for no reason is just so overpowered and broken it makes them a joke.
Chief, Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against Hunters, I thought you could use them.
Cortana, what do you mean you called for heavy weapons? I have all I need right here. So we get to the Cartographer, then head outside to Echo 419 so Echo 419 can pick us up. Now, as far as I know, the fight to the control room is the longest level in this game. Fighting from where you start to the control room is a long distance. You will go through corridor after corridor across bridges, and it's very easy to get lost because everything kind of just looks the same. However, the amount of Covenant you fight really makes up for how long the mission is. It can be pretty hard and you might die many times, especially during this one spot, which I really do not like. But we make it to the control room and plug Cortana into the system.
This is it, Halo's control center. That terminal, try there.
You all right?
Never been better. You can't imagine the wealth of information. The knowledge, so much, so fast. It's glorious.
So, what sort of weapon is it?
What are you talking about?
Let's stay focused. Halo, how do we use it against the Covenant?
This ring isn't a cudgel, you barbarian. It's something else. Something much more important. The Covenant were right. This ring, it's Forerunner. Give me a second to access. Yes, the Forerunner built this place, what they called a fortress world, in order to... Wait. No, that can't be. Oh, those Covenant fools. They must have known. There must have been signs.
Slow down. You're losing me.
The Covenant found something. Buried in this ring. Something horrible. And now, they're afraid.
Something buried. Wait,
The captain. We've got to stop the captain.
keys? What
The
do we...
weapons cache he's looking for. It's not really... We can't let him get inside.
I don't understand.
There's no time. Get out of here, find keys, stop him. Before it's too late!
Now, many have said that Halo Combat Evolved is a masterpiece, and up until this point, I would honestly agree with it, like, with everyone. I feel like the levels have been great and fun, and they have had nice open spaces. However, the next two missions make this game go from a masterpiece in my mind to just a game that is really good. So throughout this video, I've been praising the anniversary graphics because I think it makes the game look like amazing. I think it looks better. However, the anniversary graphics absolutely ruined this level, and the original graphics are just a lot better with this mission. So this mission is different than other Halo missions in the fact that it honestly feels more like a horror level. It brings up the idea of Halo kind of being a survival horror game like Resident Evil or something. And the original graphics makes this work. The anniversary graphics make everything too bright. You can see everything clearly. In the original, you can barely see like the creature in the distance when you first start. Meanwhile, the anniversary graphics, you can see it very clearly. In the original graphics, there's more blood on the ground, which makes you question what killed both the Marines and the Covenant that we find. And we find out.
Why do we always have to listen to this old stuff, Sarge?
Watch your mouth, son. This stuff is your history. It should remind you grunts what we're fighting to protect.
Hey, if the Covenant want to wipe out this particular part of my history, that's fine by me.
Yeah, better it than us. You ask them real nice next time you see him, Vicente. I'm sure they'll be happy to oblige.
LZ looks clear. I'm bringing us down.
Go, go, go! Stay close, Jenkins! Mendoza, move it up! Wait here for the captain and his squad, then get your ass inside.
Sir!
Okay, let's move!
Which is weird, right? I mean, look at it. Something scrambled the insides.
What's that? Plasma scoring?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was an accident, you know, friendly fire or something?
What do we have, Sergeant? Looks like a Covenant patrol. Badass elite units. All KIA.
Real pretty. Friend of yours?
Nah, we just met.
Right, well, let's get this door open.
I'll try, sir. But it looks like these Covenant worked pretty hard to lock it down.
Just do it, son.
Yes, sir. Got a bad feeling about this.
Boy, you always got a bad feeling about
Captain,
something.
Sarge, can you hear me?
What's going on, soldier?
We've got contact, lots of them, but they're not Covenant. They're just staring through us. What the? Oh, no!
Corporal, do you copy? Over. Mendoza, get your ass back up to second squad's position and find out what the hell is going on.
But
I don't have time for your lip, soldier. I gave you an order.
Sarge! Listen!
What is that? Where's that coming from, Mendoza?
I don't... There! Mira!
Hold still! Hold still! Let him have it! Sergeant, we're surrounded. God damn it, Jenkins! Fire your weapon!
There are too many, Sarge!
Don't even think about it, Marine.
Oh, this is local!
Take it!
So the creatures that did all this are the Flood. I absolutely hate the Flood. Ever since I first played Halo, I have hated them. Now, people complain about the Prometheans in Halo 4, and I guess you could say Halo 5 as well. They complain that they do too much damage, that they take too much damage, that they move quickly, especially when, especially since the Prometheans can teleport and they can easily kill you. But the thing is, I hear all those criticisms, and all I can think of is, have these people not played the original Halo games? Because that's basically the Flood. Besides the teleportation, the Flood do more damage. The Flood take a lot of damage. They are really fast, and there's normally a lot of them, and they swarm you a lot. And most weapons are useless against them rather than the shotgun and the Magnum. The Prometheans are really cool with their design and their lore, and also they are really fun to fight. The Flood, on the other hand, are just Halo zombies and swarm you way too much and kill you very quickly, and they are not fun to fight. Now, the biggest problem with this level is mainly just that it can be very confusing to move around. However, once you get to the end of the level, you meet someone very important to basically the entirety of Halo.
Greetings. I am the monitor of Installation 04. I am 343 Guilty Spark. Someone has released the Flood. My function is to prevent it from leaving this installation, but I require your assistance. Come, this way.
And then the worst level ever is after this. Now, if you've been a long-time Halo fan like me, you probably still have nightmares about the library. This level is just so hard, and it's the level that made me officially hate the Flood. The entire level is having you you have to follow 343 Guilty Spark in order to get to the index, but there's so much Flood that you have to fight that would easily kill you. At least you get some peace while in the elevator, and I wonder how many people know about this spot during this section. Also, look how close I was to the index. I was right there.
Which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector. Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Splendid, shall we? Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana.
I've spent the last 12 hours cooped up in here watching you toady about, helping that thing get set to slit our throats.
Hold on now. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the Flood, which is why we brought the index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable.
Sod off!
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once!
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you? I'll...
Do what? I have the index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough! The Flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the Flood. But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done?
We need to go right now.
Last time you asked me if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
So yeah, so now we know the truth about Halo. I have to give kind of a hot take. I really like Two Betrayals. So that's not the biggest hot take, I know, but I have seen this level get a lot of hate recently, but I've always liked this level. I like it basically because it's the same level as Assault on the Control Room, but backwards. You have to fight both the Covenant and the Flood in this level, and that is something about these last three missions that I really like in general, is that they are basically just mirrored versions of when you first played them. Assault on the Control Room have you fighting towards the Control Room, while Two Betrayals have you fighting your way out of the Control Room and to the reactors. Truth and Reconciliation has you fighting to get on the ship and save Keys, while the mission Keys is you fighting, in the destroyed version of the ship while trying to reach Keys. And, the game starts you with fighting in the Pillar of Autumn, and then it ends with you fighting on the Pillar of Autumn. But it's a destroyed version, and, your goal in the last mission is to blow it up. And I really like this. I really like that the game does this. Where the Flood shows up, the levels change, and, they change, and instead they show just how damaging the Flood is to both humanity and the Covenant, since everything is destroyed and weakened. So we have to destroy each reactor by walking into them and overloading them with our shield, and then we can go to Truth and Reconciliation and find Captain Keys so we get his neural implants so Cortana can get past some fail-safes that she can, that she can't normally break through because only the Captain can, and he isn't really looking to her, so we decide to punch him in the face. After that, we have to steal a Banshee, and then we go back to the Pillar of Autumn. Now, I absolutely love them all. It is easily one of my favorite missions throughout all Halo. I just love how the level starts, with the camera showing the crash Pillar of Autumn, and then once we are in, we just see how destroyed it is. And it is in complete contrast to how it was at the beginning of the game, when it was very pristine and in good shape.
Almost too sharp for words.
He stopped the self-destruct sequence.
Why do you continue to fight us, Reclaimer? You cannot win. Give us the construct, and I will endeavor to make your death relatively painless and...
At least I still have control over the comm channels.
Where is he?
I'm detecting taps throughout the ship. Sentinels, most likely. As for the monitor, he's in engineering. He must be trying to take the core offline. Even if I could get the countdown restarted, I don't know what to do.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine's shields?
Not much. A well-placed grenade, perhaps, but why? Okay, I'm coming with you. Chief, sentinels!
So after Cortana tries to activate a bomb with enough time for us to get off, 343 Guilty Spark actually stops the timer and stops us from destroying Halo. We decide to blow up the ship's generators, and this is really hard to actually throw a grenade or get a rocket to go into the generators while dealing with the Sentinels and the Flood. However, afterwards we go and get in a Warhog, and we have a really cool moment where we race the clock. It's not as cool as what we do in Halo 3, but it's still really cool. Echo 419 is killed, unfortunately, so we have to drive all the way to the end so we can get a ship and finally get out of here, and we make it in time and Halo is destroyed.
We're cutting it close!
Here we go.
Shut them down, we'll need them later. Fancy a look?
Now that's the end of the campaign, but there is one more thing to talk about, and that is Combat Evolved's multiplayer, which I personally think is alright. I've never been a huge fan of Halo's multiplayer, but it is fun and I do like playing it. Halo Combat Evolved also has the best multiplayer map, that being Blood Gulch, and this game also started the web series Red vs. Blue, which, was really good. That was when Rooster Teeth was actually good and not a pile, not a giant pile burning garbage that they are nowadays, but enough of that. Let's get back to Halo. Halo Combat Evolved is just such an amazing game and I love so much. And while I do have some issues with it, with this game mainly revolving around the Flood, I still come back to it and replay it over and over again. It was the game that got me into gaming and made me into the gamer I am today. It's one of the reasons why this channel is called Highly an Xbox, because it started my love of gaming and started my love for the Xbox. And while I give the fan base shit, while I give the Halo fan base a lot of shit, I still do love this franchise. The fan base annoys the crap out of me, but I still love this franchise, and hopefully I always will.
Halo, it's finished.
No, I think we're just getting started.